Hello and welcome to Ben's Gaming Room, and today we are going to be going through the Bayou, and actually go through it instead of diverting to a bonus stage. Thankfully that pirate cutscene that we saw last part doesn't really play every time you go through the level, so we can get right into the level itself. As you can see, we've got warships in this level. They'll be following you through the whole level, harassing you with things like bombs. Of course, we got our usual exploring and 100%ing to be doing. And we got another switch, just like in the Fairy Glade, bringing down part of the boardwalk essentially. And whenever platforms are shaking like that, you know they're going to be falling down soon, so make your way across it quick. And we got yet another very easy Robo Pirate fight. And catching the purple lum way too early. Lovely. And we got more of those lovely zombie chickens while we are going across here. I think because I went through this bit too quickly, I think it stopped the music cue playing. Isn't that lovely? Here we got a cage under there, but also yellow lums up here. How are we ever going to get them both? By going at it from this angle. Took me a few playthroughs to work out how to get them both without like having to like be really awkward or just like through suicide methods. There we go, the music cues have come back. Got more light exploration to get cages. As well as the those sort of the boardwalks falling down by themselves, they're also prone to being shot down by the pirates. And make sure not to miss this cage. Hidden very slightly deviously, but you can always hear when the cage is nearby. You can hear sort of squeaking sounds from it. Another piranha. And needless to say, all of the water in this level is piranha infested, sort of horrible swamp water that you don't want to be falling into. And we got another Robo Pirate fight. This time a red one. With more health. But no more difficult to fight than the other ones we fought so far. There's simple platforming here. Avoid the barrels. Although if you jump on top of a rolling barrel, it will bounce you higher. Something to keep in mind for later levels. As I was saying in an earlier part though, the fluidity of Rayman's controls in this game, I just love it. Jumping over these platforms feels really nice. And as well as being collectibles, yellow lums can often lead you down the path to the correct way to go. Opening up this platform, we can use this purple lum here. Now here we got a different type of Robo Pirate. How you deal with them? Yeah, you lead them off the edge of a ledge like that. Here we got a different type of switch. And as you may be able to hear, there is ticking going on in the background. We want to make it down the end of this hall before the before that laser barrier closes up again. Not too difficult to do though. Oh. Run down here. Oh, there is a little platform down here we can get to, where the barrels fall down. We've got another cage down there. And more lums, and our final cage of the level. And since we got another multiple of 10, our health bar is extended again. Yeah. While waiting for teensies to walk up to these spiral doors. I often tend to mess around with the camera. But that's another 100%ed level. Now it does make us go to the bonus level itself every time. We just gotta hit escape and exit out. And that is specifically pressing escape and not pressing pause on the controller, because for some reason pause is not mapped to a controller. So we gotta reach over to the keyboard and press escape. Now here we got the Sanctuary of Water and Ice. One of my favourite levels in the game. Partly for nostalgia for the music. But here we got another cutscene before the level. With a teensy. And seemingly worked out who's the king as well. But they haven't actually. Taking it in turns. This is the way they sort of take turns and walk to the back and stuff. I just find that amusing. Yeah, the trip will demand lots of energy. So another reason for collecting the yellow lums, as well as just for 100% completion, you do need enough to get through certain areas of the game. Now how many you need, I'm not 100% sure myself, because I always 100% the game. This cutscene here is actually a good way to show differences between this version and the N64 version. Because the N64 version, like a lot of games of its time, Rayman does not have individual fingers, but just sort of a mitten kind of thing with lines. But the PC version, being made from more, sort of theoretically more powerful hardware, he does have individual fingers. Careful with the crab, it hurts you. Yeah, we're quite a sort of dark beach, really. But before we can proceed, got the robot pirate to fight. Now this one, he'll just drill into 3 different spots. And the annoying thing about fighting him is your homing shots often go towards the crab. It's quite annoying. Now the Dreamcast version in particular has different Robo-Pirate fights here, where he comes parachuting down and I believe he just jumps between different areas or something like that, or shoots bombs at you rather than normal shots. Either way, it's a little bit different. They're not that different. But now that we've beaten him up, we can continue with the level proper. We get to see more of those lovely swimming controls as well. And as I didn't explain before, blue lums are your source of air in this game. Unless you're playing the PS2 version, where they just have streams of air bubbles. But yeah, only reason we came down here, another cage and more lums. So back we go. Obviously another way to regain your breath, obviously. Get to the top of the water. And up we go. The Robo-Pirate fight. Another quite easy Robo-Pirate fight, I should add. So you'll see we got a big door here. And some pedestals. And some more of those metal plasters that we can then destroy with kegs. Let's go and destroy this one, seeing as it's closer. See what's inside. Now this is where the music really starts to pick up in this level. That's partly why I like the level so much. But either way, a magic sphere. Grab it, stand in front of it. Yeah, the controls are the same. I kind of just skipped the tutorial as a force of habit, but yeah, we place the spheres on the bases of the same colour. Now one trick for Rayman 2, if you want to move quicker while holding items that you carry like this, throw it and immediately shoot as you're throwing. Obviously don't do this with powder kegs, as they will explode, but it can be done with these spheres. And thankfully when you're throwing like things like spheres or powder kegs, if you're nearby and facing something that it can be thrown to, like a door, like a breakable door or the pedestals, the thing will sort of home into the thing you're trying to throw it at, which is very handy. Free dumping for anyone who can figure out how to open the door. I'm still not 100% sure what that means, and I've been playing this game most of my life. Here we got the blue sphere. And there was a blue pedestal, so let's bring this one down as well. Yeah, like I said, throw, immediately shoot. Now, we're actually going to be showing off one of the weird quirks of the PC version. I don't know if it applies to every copy, but it applies to my copy. Certain in-game cutscenes, Rayman can still move around. I'm not 100% sure why. It doesn't happen in any other version of the game, and I don't know if it happens in every version, like every copy of the PC version either. But hey, more lums. But yeah, this music. I love the soundtrack for Rayman 2 in general. It kind of does the Super Mario World thing, where like there are many like mixes, like sort of remixes they made of like the main motif into various bits of music. Not as far, it doesn't go as far as Mario World does, but it's overall a really enjoyable soundtrack. And this track is one of my favourites. But we must make it come to an end. Go to the next part of the level. Now, I said we'd be explaining the slide mechanics more. Let's go talk to Murphy about it. Very slippery slope. You'll lose control if you turn sideways. You can't use your helicopter while sliding. Basically, sliding controls, obviously, hold forwards, you go faster, hold backwards, you go slower, and left and right will obviously turn. But turning, if you're just going left and right, you'll notice all these skid marks. Generally, if you want to make smooth turns, you'll want to be holding forwards. If you want to make tighter turns, you need to hold backwards while you're turning. Now we'll see if I can get all the lums in one shot, but it's relatively unlikely. But it doesn't matter if I don't get them all in one shot. We can use the tried and tested method of falling down the pit and killing yourself before you, so that you can retry the level. But no, we got all of them in one shot, so I don't have to show that off. And here we have our first boss of the game, Axel, Guardian of the Sanctuary of Water and Ice. So I say boss fight, he's not all that difficult. The only danger is you get knocked off of the purple lum and you have to do it again. And again, I must apologise for stuttering in gameplay. The PC version is temperamental. Okay, I don't normally have this much trouble fighting this boss. When I say fighting, well, I could use my helicopter head to make it easier. It looks cooler when I don't. But we shoot that stalactite of ice, and he is down. Yeah, not much of a boss. If there is one weakness to this game, is the bosses are ranged between non-existent and very easy, apart from one or two exceptions. We gotta go up here. Why, you may ask? Obvious reason, there's a lum. Might as well get that red lum, even though I know there are more down here. We've got sort of very mystical music, leading up to some sort of raised area. We'll see what's at the top though. We've got some sort of pedestal thing, adorned with the same O symbol that Rayman has on his body. This is never explained, by the way, the whole O symbol thing. Just something interesting to think about. But the reason we come to the Sanctuary levels are these, the masks. Yes, the sanctuary levels are where we find the masks of Polycus. So, as we can now expect, there are going to be 3 more sanctuary levels with a mask in each. Rayman teleported to places unknown. Yes, this is Polycus, who is supposed to be the same character as the Bubble Dreamer in Rayman Origins and Legends, even though they look very different and are characterized very differently. But they are, I think, supposed to be the same character. The character design in this game is weird, but I think it's weird in a good way, personally. It gives the game a unique kind of feel. And as we can see, being sent back to the hall of doors through another spiral door. And of course, another bonus level. Of course, we're not going to do the bonus level. But that about wraps it up for this part. Join me next time as we go through the Menhir Hills.